Hello, class. This is Dr. Scott with your Chapter 12 Finance Homework Examples. Again, your homework should be different than this, but the names of the companies should line up so that you'll know which ones to pay attention to. The first one is Highlight Company. Their stock has a beta of 0.6. The current risk-free rate is 6.4%, and the expected return on the market is 12%. And it asks us to find Highli's cost of equity. We only have 3 pieces of information, so this is pretty easy. Our cost of equity, or IE, interest on equity, equals our IF, which is interest-free rate, basically, plus our beta, times our equity, times the interest on the market, minus our risk-free rate. So we say we need to tell Excel to do something for us, so equal sign. We start with our interest-free rate, which is B3, and we add it to our beta, which is B2, which is multiplied by our interest on the market, which is B4, minus our risk-free rate, which is B3. Close our parentheses, hit enter, and we get 9.76. If you don't already have your Excel set to get the percentage, yours will look, if you have it in general, you'll get 0.0976. To convert this to a percentage, we just go over here under the number tab and we click percentage, and it wants us to round the answer to the first 2 decimal places. So then we click this right-hand arrow once, twice, and that gives us 9.76% is our cost of equity. The next one is Lily Mac, and it says, suppose that Lily Mac Photography expects EBIT, which again is earnings before interest and taxes, to be approximately $72,000 per year for the foreseeable future, and that it has 300 10-year 4% annual coupon bonds outstanding. And as you can see, I've already put this information in here. What would the appropriate tax rate be for use in the calculation of the debt component of Lily Mac's WACC, or weighted average cost of capital? And I put the formula here. We're going to look at the tax rate as equal to the number of bonds outstanding times $1,000 times the annual coupon. So we say equals, because we're telling it to do something. And we're saying that I'm not looking at the right problem anymore. I got all messed up. Okay, so we're looking at our number of bonds outstanding, which is B12, times $1,000 times our annual coupon rate, which is B13, and that equals 12,000. Now we're not done, because that 12,000 then gives us an EBIT, or an EBT, earnings before taxes, of, we still have our 72,000, and then we subtract the 12,000, and you can either do this, or I'll show you how to do it in Excel just to be easier. So EBT equals our EBIT equals EBIT, which is B11, minus our tax rate, which is, or our taxable amount, which is B16. So that leaves us with 60,000. Let me give us some more room here. So the firm is entirely in, you were given a tax table, which I was not able to recreate, but from 60,000, the firm is entirely in the 25% tax bracket. So the tax rate is 25%. And this isn't the tax rate, I'm sorry. This is the tax rate. Okay. Again, easy enough, but remember to look at the table that you're given because I was unable to recreate that. I apologize for stumbling around there. I had to look to see what I was doing. So the next one is ILK. ILK has preferred stock selling for 96% of par, which is right here, that pays 9% annual coupon. What is their component cost of preferred stock? Well, first step, again, convert your percentages to dollars, and that you do that by taking 96% of 1,000, and then 9% of 1,000. So we're not even going to use Excel for this because it's shorter just to convert in your head. So let's, instead of 1,000, let's use 100 since it's a percent and it's a divided rate. I mean, we can do it either way. 96% of 1,000 is 960, and 9% of 1,000 is 90. But 96% of 100 is 96, and 9% of 100 is 9. So all we're doing is just changing the zeros, and we're looking for a percentage. So it's not that big of a leap. So we're just going to say that 9 divided by, and we can have Excel do this for us, equals 9 divided by 96. And that gives us 0.09375, and we are to round our answer to put it in a percentage and round it to 2 decimal places. So again, click on the cell, percent, 2 decimal places. And I got 9.38. And we can do it the other way too. I mean, if it just makes it easier for you to always multiply by 1,000, we can. You can have it do equals 90 divided by 960 still equals that 0.09375. We want it as a percentage. 1, 2. So that's why I said let's just go with 100 since it's a percent. It's fine. Either way, it works. OMG. And we need to figure out OMG's equity weight. They have 6 million shares of common stock outstanding, 5 million shares of preferred stock outstanding, and 7,000 bonds. Suppose the common shares are selling for $19 a share, the preferred shares are selling for $28 per share, and the bonds are selling for 108% of par. What would the weight used for equity in the computation of OMG's WACC be? And I have kind of a long string of words here, but it's not that rough. The weight of equity is the value of the outstanding common stock divided by the value of outstanding common stock plus the value of outstanding preferred stock plus the value of outstanding bonds. So we do have everything done the way that we can use Excel, have Excel do our math for us. So that's the way I'll do it. So our equal sign to tell Excel that we want it to do our math. So we start off with the value of the outstanding common stock, and that is 6 million, which is the number of shares outstanding, times the price of the share. So B 31 times B 34, close parentheses, divided by, and again, we've got B 31 times B 34, close parentheses, plus, the next we're looking at the value of the outstanding preferred stock, and similarly, it is the number of shares by the price. So we've got B 32 times B 35, nope, 35, not 25, plus the value of the outstanding bonds. Value of the outstanding bonds, so the number of bonds outstanding times the percent of par. So again, parentheses, B 33 times B 36. And I just noticed a mistake, which is you can always fix mistakes in your formulas right up here if you're finished with the line, but we're not finished with the line. So I can just go here and I can add a parentheses here and add a parentheses here because I want it to do each of these calculations and then give me the total. I want it to tell me the value of the value of the outstanding common stock divided by the sum of each of the other values of outstanding stock and bonds. So we've got this, we hit enter and we get 4488055. But once again, we need to turn this into a percentage and we need to round out to the last two decimal places. So again, percent, 1, 2, 4488 is what I come up with. So once again, not too rough. Next, we've got OMG's weight of equity. I'm sorry, weight of debt. And based on our time, I am going to put this on the next video. So we did the first few, and I'll see you back in just a few minutes.